to put down what station is there?
Station 19 is the seashore.
Did you already kind of tipped off with the questions, probably?
Yeah, they sent them.
You got the same thing I do, probably.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So.
Yeah, I went ahead and sent it to him so he'd have it.
All right. It's real easy. You went through a situation where you saved a couple of people. What was that feeling like when you were going through that, if you even can describe it?
You really don't have a lot of time to think about, dangers or anything like that. You just kind of react to the situation as best as you can and rely on your training. Luckily, I'm with a good crew, with a group of guys that I trust with my life, and we have a really good captain that if he tells us to do something, we know he's taking our safety in the best interest.
Are you saying that because he's right behind us?
No.
Well, I added 1A right there. If you can describe a little bit about just logistically describe what went down, if you can.
Yes, when we pulled up at the fire, when we got out, it looked like it was going to be a typical bread and butter fire. Had a 3-car garage fully involved, and so we pulled a rack line and was trying to knock it down with that. When our captain was doing a hot lap around the building, he noticed that there was somebody on the balcony. So he went to the truck and got a 35-foot ladder to effect rescue. And so when he was walking back to the truck, he told us that we had victims inside. And so me and the firefighter Mark dropped the hand line and went to go help rescue. As Mark and our captain were walking the man down the ladder, he said that he had a brother inside on the first floor. And so our captain ordered me to go in the first floor, in and search. And I went in that first room and searched, and we couldn't find him. And I came out and we got word or more information that the victim was on the back of the house in the bedroom. And so when we walked back around to the back of the house, there was a rock wall, and he sent one of our firefighters to get a ladder. While they were gone, I just said, a couple of guys that were standing there were pretty big guys, so I just said, why don't you throw me up there? And so when I got on top of the wall, I busted out the bedroom window, and I used a thermal imaging camera to search inside the room. And I found him just outside, just to the right of the bed. And I called to Rob and said that we had a victim inside. And he sent, I think, the rescue captain in there, and me and the rescue captain drugged the man to the window and then handed him off to the firefighters to begin medical.
How did you feel as far as physically? I assume you were okay, you were breathing fine?
Yes, I felt pretty good. Engine 12 had a cutoff line inside a couple rooms down to make sure that the fire didn't overwhelm us. So I felt pretty confident that I was safe in there, and physically I felt good.
It didn't cross your mind you might perish yourself?
No, whenever I do that, I figured, you usually rely on your training. You can feel the heat, you can see the different colors of the smoke. I felt at ease.
Is that the first time you've been in such a dangerous situation, or you've had others?
Yeah, we've had numerous others, but that's the first time I actually got to pull a live one out. But you don't really get to pull live victims out of the fires very often.
Yeah, unfortunately, huh? How did that feel? I mean, as far as that particular moment.
It was awesome. When we got him out, and our captain said that he was breathing when we handed him off to the EMS, and it felt real good. We didn't get to draw on it very long because we ended up having to go keep fighting fire. But it was really cool.
Now you earned the honor, the Medal of Valor.
Yes, sir.
Correct? What is that like?
I think it's a great honor getting it, but I believe it's an honor that can be shared by everybody that was at that fire that night. The only reason we got them out is because everybody at that fire excelled at their jobs.
Let me go back a little bit. When did you become a firefighter and why?
I became a firefighter about 10 years ago, right before 9/11, and I was getting out of college, and I was going to go be a high school football coach, and my uncle's a firefighter in San Antonio, and he said, well, why don't you go take the test? And when I looked, San Antonio's test was actually done. And so I looked online, and Austin was up for another 2 weeks, so I put my application in, and here I am.
What's it been like?
Awesome. I wouldn't do anything. It's the greatest job in the world.
And a lot of people consider you a hero. Do you feel like one?
No. I just feel like any firefighter that we have employed, given that opportunity, would have done the same.
Did you learn anything from all this yourself?
Just that just that, I mean, you always talked about saving people and getting that feeling and that time you knew that you were one of the ones that this person is alive because and you're the people on your crew and what y'all did. And just to know the feeling firsthand is pretty awesome.
And for that matter, has your life changed any at all? When you're alone in your private moments, are you the same guy?
I still go about it the same way I always have. Can't get too cocky, or you always got another. You can have another fire in the next 5 minutes, so you got to be ready to go every time.
Well, not to mention you have to keep yourself grounded because
yes,
you can't risk your own life.
Oh yeah, every time you got to look at it like it's your first fire and follow the steps all the way through.
Don't get overconfident. You mean?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else you want to tell us?
Go ahead.
All right.
Hey, Iggy.
Yeah.
Mark is going to get a medal.